Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's debut bundle of February 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Before we begin, I would like to thank Locutus of Borg for donating to the channel with the super thanks button. I so truly appreciate your continuous support beyond words can say, and you are super awesome. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Karate Survivor, a roguelike brawler that throws you into an 80s style arcade world where everything around you becomes a weapon. The game blends absurd humor with action-packed melee combat, making every encounter unpredictable. Instead of traditional upgrades, you collect teeth from defeated enemies to boost your stats, adding a quirky twist to progression. While there's no deep narrative, Karate Survivor fully embraces its over-the-top premise. You are an unarmed martial artist, fighting waves of thugs across chaotic urban environments. The game's charm comes from its commitment to the absurd. Whether you're brawling in a supermarket or clearing out goons with a plastic flamingo, every moment feels like an homage to classic action films. Karate Survivor focuses on melee combat, using an auto-attack system where your strikes recharge over time. At first, attacks feel sluggish due to an unclear cooldown indicator, but as you progress, unlocking new moves and abilities improves the pace. The combo system is a standout feature. Collecting cards let you chain attacks together for powerful effects, rewarding skillful play. Weapons are improvised from everyday objects, from footballs to frying pans, keeping combat fresh. The pixel art style perfectly captures the arcade-era vibe, while the sound design enhances every hit with satisfying crunches and squeaks. Boss battles add variety, though the lack of multiple character models limits visual diversity. Despite this, randomized upgrades and unpredictable encounters ensure replayability. Karate Survivor delivers an entertaining, nostalgic beat-em-up experience, though early pacing issues and limited customization hold it back. At number 2 we have Papetura, a handcrafted adventure game that immerses you in a stunning world made entirely of paper. Developed over 6 years by solo creator Tommaso Staffin, it's a visual and artistic marvel, reminiscent of The Neverhood and Missionarium. You play as Pape, a reluctant hero in a fragile world threatened by fiery destruction. Alongside Tura, a small worm-like companion, you'll navigate intricate paper landscapes, solve puzzles, and discover a realm brimming with personality, despite its lack of spoken dialogue. Instead, characters communicate through expressive sounds and pictographic speech bubbles, giving the game a unique, dreamlike charm. What makes Papetura special is its breathtaking aesthetic. Every element is hand-cut, folded, and illuminated by LED lighting, creating a world that feels both delicate and alive. The ambient soundtrack by Flow enhances this atmosphere, blending eerie melodies with organic sound design. Puzzles involve clever environmental interactions, using Puppy's projectile ability, or later, Tura's seed spitting, to manipulate the world. While the game is a short experience, lasting just 2 to 3 hours, its pacing suffers slightly due to slow movement and backtracking. Some puzzle clues could be clearer, but the in-game hint system turns asking for help into an enjoyable minigame. Papetura is more than just a game. It is a work of art. Its handcrafted beauty, imaginative world, and heartfelt storytelling make it a must-play for fans of artistic indie adventures. Short, but unforgettable, this is a journey that stays with you long after the credits roll. At number 3 we have Cursed to Golf, a unique blend of golf and roguelike mechanics, placing you in the shoes of a golfer trapped in golf purgatory. To escape, you must complete an 18-hole course filled with hazards, obstacles, and supernatural bosses, all while managing a limited number of strokes. Visually, the game is a highlight. The pixel art oozes charm, from the undead golf-obsessed bosses to the moon that looks like a giant golf ball. The Scotsman, one of the game's key characters, is particularly fun with his booming laugh and fiery golf heart. The game's ace cards add variety, allowing you to pull off ridiculous shots, teleport your ball, or even blow up obstacles with TNT. However, Cursed to Golf stumbles when it comes to its roguelike elements. The course design, while initially intriguing, lack variety, relying on the same handful of hazards. The game's biggest flaw is its punishing structure. Fail a hole, and you're sent all the way back to the beginning. With runs lasting hours, losing progress feels more frustrating than rewarding. Pacing is another issue. The game's mechanics, like teleporters and wind fans, move sluggishly, making turns drag on. Boss battles, while conceptually fun, can also feel like a slog. Curse to Golf is a visually charming, mechanically solid golf sim that struggles to justify its roguelike framework. If you have the patience for its punishing design, you'll find some fun here. But be prepared to truly feel cursed. At number 4 we have Archaeogem, a dynamic precision platformer that invites you to don your explorer's hat and wield a trusty whip to uncover hidden treasures in the wilderness. This indie title challenges you to navigate lush biomes, harness the mystic powers of wildflowers, and collect rare gems, all while overcoming intricate environmental hazards. The game's mechanics are both engaging and demanding. Your whip serves as a versatile tool, allowing you to extract powers from flora and traverse challenging terrains. Each level presents unique obstacles, from treacherous spikes to moving platforms, requiring precise timing and strategic use of acquired abilities. While the gameplay draws comparisons to titles like Celeste, Archaeogem distinguishes itself with mechanics such as a rechargeable dash and the integration of puzzle-like elements within certain levels. However, some players have noted that features like time slowdown can occasionally complicate rather than assist your progress. Visually, Archaeogem captivates with its pixel art style, bringing vibrant and mysterious biomes to life. The attention to detail enhances the immersive experience, making each discovery feel rewarding. The game offers an estimated playtime of 6 to 10 hours, though this can vary based on your proficiency with platformers. Since its release on May 2024, Archaeogem has garnered positive feedback. Players appreciate its challenging yet fair gameplay, though some find certain mechanics occasionally frustrating. Archaeogem offers a compelling adventure for those seeking a blend of precision platforming and exploration. At number 5 we have Lindwyrm, a roguelike action RPG that throws you into depths beneath Siggiswall, where forgotten legends stir. Hack, slash, and platform your way through dungeons filled with puzzles, traps, and relentless monsters drawn from European folklore. Whether you go solo or team up in 4-player co-op, you'll need skill, strategy, and a bit of luck to survive. Lindwyrm blends fast-paced combat with thoughtful exploration. Death is costly, stripping you of hard-earned loot and increasing the curse that weakens your hero. Every run presents new challenges, and with multiple weapons at your disposal, swords, bows, staffs, and more, you can adapt your fighting style on the fly. The platforming elements add another layer of tension, forcing you to time jumps between deadly hazards while seeking hidden rooms and treasures. Outside the dungeon, the ruins of Siggiswall await your touch. Collect resources to rebuild, unlocking shops, quests, and perks that strengthen your future runs. The rune system further deepens the gameplay, offering buffs that can be lost upon death, making every choice feel weighty. Multiplayer mode shakes things up with a shared life bar. Your team either rises together or falls together. The game's rich folklore-driven world and evolving town mechanics set it apart, though it is still in early access, meaning rough edges and room for growth. If you crave an action-packed cooperative dungeon crawler with a mix of combat, platforming, and town building, Lindwyrm is worth diving into. At number 6 we have X Invader, a fast-paced action roguelike where you hack into corrupt corporation servers, taking down hordes of digital enemies with randomized weapons and perks. You'll face off against adorable yet powerful bosses, all while uncovering a cyberpunk conspiracy. Each run brings fresh challenges, thanks to randomized builds and a wide variety of weapons. The combat is smooth and rewarding, with synergies between abilities that can lead to devastating combos. As you progress, you unlock new characters, upgrades, and perks, letting you refine your playstyle. The game's pixel art, created by Holy Potion, adds charm to the futuristic hacking theme. The core gameplay is a blend of bullet hell and arena shooter mechanics, reminiscent of Hades and Vampire Survivors. Dodging swarms of enemies while strategically choosing power-ups keeps each session engaging, though some players have noted that the 3-level structure can become repetitive over time. The meta progression offers satisfying improvements, but if you're looking for endless variety, you may find the content a bit limited. On the downside, a few technical issues, such as lag in late game battles and occasional crashes, have been reported. Controller support is also lacking, which might be a deal breaker for some. However, if you enjoy tight arcade-style gameplay with a cyberpunk twist, X Invader is an enjoyable pick. If you're into fast-paced roguelites with creative builds and charming aesthetics, this is a solid choice. Just be ready for some repetition along the way. At number 7 we have Savior of the Abyss, a 2D horror adventure game in the style of RPG Maker classics like Ib and The Witch's House. You guide Stella, a girl who wakes up in an underground facility filled with bloody corpses and lurking threats. Your goal is simple: get to the surface alive. This game thrives on tension, with puzzles, chases, and environmental storytelling that drip-feed you clues about Stella's predicament. Death lurks around every corner, often without warning, forcing you to approach everything with suspicion. Save points are fixed, meaning bad timing can set you back significantly. Savior of the Abyss leans into Lovecraftian horror with its eerie atmosphere and twisted experiments, though it also relies on trial and error, leading to frustrating instant deaths. Some puzzles are engaging, while others feel obtuse due to vague hints. Chases demand precise movement, sometimes feeling more punishing than thrilling. The pixel art style is striking, using lighting and shadows to create an unsettling environment. The absence of music during exploration amplifies the isolation. The sound effects drive home the dread. Unfortunately, the English translation is rough, with frequent typos that muddle the story. The 3 endings offer little variation, making the finale underwhelming. Despite its flaws, Savior of the Abyss delivers a solid, if unpolished, horror experience. If you enjoy psychological horror and don't mind sudden deaths and steep challenge spikes, this might be worth a try. Otherwise, frustration may outweigh the scares. At number 8 we have Evolings, a monster taming roguelike where you build a team of creatures and battle through randomized encounters. This game blends strategy, luck, and fusion mechanics to create a unique, fast-paced experience. Right from the start, Evolings throws you into the action with minimal story. While the cutscenes that highlight your team's achievements add some flair, the game's focus is squarely on its gameplay. Combat is turn-based and strategic, but the lack of a structured tutorial makes learning the mechanics feel more trial and error than it should. For example, you might not realize right away that enemy attack zones are visible, an essential detail for survival. Once you grasp the mechanics though, Evolings becomes engaging. The roguelike structure with randomized items and creatures keeps each run fresh. The fusion system stands out. You can merge 3 same category Evolings to create stronger versions, adding depth to team building. However, luck plays a big role in your success. You might breeze through the game in just a few runs if you get the right upgrades early on, which makes difficulty feel inconsistent. Visually, the character sprites are charming, but backgrounds and UI can feel cluttered. The soundtrack is energetic, but not particularly memorable. Despite these minor drawbacks, Evolings offers solid replay value with unlockable challenges and a bestiary to complete. If you enjoy roguelikes with monster taming mechanics, this is a fun pick, even if it leans more on luck than skill. At number 9 we have The Dark Cave, a turn-based roguelike with a gritty pixel art aesthetic. You descend into a monster-infested cavern, collecting loot and strategically battling your way through multiple chapters. Visually, the game does not fully deliver on its dark, moody aesthetic. While enemy designs are solid, the overall art style leans more toward retro RPGs than the grim tone you might expect. The character selection is also limited. You start with only the knight and must unlock the elf and undead by completing runs. Each character has unique skills and relics, making for distinct playstyles, but the unlock system feels restrictive given the small roster. Gameplay takes place on 2 3x3 grids, where positioning is key. You have limited movements per battle, and once depleted, each step drains your HP. Strategy comes from balancing attacks, buffs, and debuffs, while managing movement. Combat is satisfying, especially when you get the right relics to create powerful builds. However, the game's difficulty is surprisingly forgiving. Retries are unlimited, which undermines the tension typically found in roguelikes. The roguelike progression system lets you unlock permanent upgrades using talent points, but the skill tree lacks clarity. One misclick locks in your choice, and the requirements for unlocking skills are not well explained. The Dark Cave is fun, but lacks a challenge and distinct identity to make it a standout in the genre. It is an enjoyable short-form roguelite, but one that might not leave a lasting impression. At number 10 we have Pancake Patrol, a fast-paced pancake-powered roguelite, blending bullet hell chaos with arcade-style score chasing. Your mission is to deliver pancakes while battling endless hordes of monsters and taking on epic boss fights. If you've played Vampire Survivors, you'll recognize the familiar auto-attacking, upgrade-heavy formula. But here, your arsenal consists of food-based weapons, like syrup tornadoes and whipped cream whips, creating a delightfully absurd yet surprisingly tactical experience. With 10 playable characters, each offering different playstyles and multiple game modes, including boss rush and true bullet hell, there's plenty to master. Combat is frantic but fair. The enemy waves grow increasingly intense, demanding precise movement and strategic upgrades to survive. The bosses are the highlight, each featuring unique attack patterns that test your reflexes and reward skillful play. You'll need to master dodging and positioning while layering on upgrades to keep up with the escalating challenge. The visuals may be simple, but they serve the action well, keeping the screen clear enough to navigate the chaos. The progression system, which includes unlockable weapons, synergies, and a leaderboard to climb, gives you reason to keep coming back. If you're looking for a fresh twist on the Survivors-like formula, Pancake Patrol delivers an enjoyable challenge with plenty of content. While it does not reinvent the genre, its quirky theme and tight gameplay make it worth checking out, especially if you love a good roguelite with a sense of humor. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle delivers a diverse lineup of indie gems, from pulse-punning action to eerie horror and tactical roguelikes. Whether you're drawn to fast-paced brawling, atmospheric adventures, or strategic challenges, there's something for every